today we are going to learn the concept, one of the most important part of the integration. Apex integration, not in Apex integration, we can say in the any language or any platform they are using for the JSON. So today we have to learn the concept of what do you mean by JSON, what is the use of the JSON, and the more part of the format, and how data exchanging or reading from the web server and displaying on the web page. Okay, first, in the traditional process we are understanding. So generally we are receiving or sending the data in the format. Suppose in the general we can say info text and the department, the industry. Suppose we are having in terms of education, then having, we can say, the location having, suppose in India, and location in India, and age, suppose having 35 years. Okay. So what do you mean here? The SLZ info text, education, India, 35. So we are not able to understand the meaning of the data, right? While reading and exchanging the data or receiving the data from the web server, the format we are getting, suppose the name, the industry and India, but this is, how can say this is the name of the person, name of the company, the industry. We are not understanding the data of the meaning. So here the XML, you can say, in the same data we are interpreting in the XML, suppose having the company name, the name of the company. So a starting tag we are having company name, company, and ending tag we can say ending tag. So while writing should be take care of the naming convention, should be in caps, or either you are using the small throughout, so you can use like that. In company we can say here having the name of the, again having opening tag, the name of the company name, and closing tag we are having in the same line you can put take, then having okay, then the second having education. So we are aware, but while using or getting the data in the real time, we are not able to understand the meaning of the data. So here suppose putting the industry type of the industry, then having the education, and can put the closing tag having the industry. Okay, then come to the country location, put in between yet country, and then having country having India, and the last one you can say age 35. So country and age having 35, the closing tag age. Okay, but the one piece of data there, if you are using the XML, this is the XML. Okay, is the XML. So in the terms of reading the data or sending data to the server, either XML and go in the JSON format. Okay, so in the one piece of data, so here writing lot of concept, this is nothing but overheading the data. In the for single piece of data, you have that kind of that much stuff we have to code. Okay, so this is the single record. Suppose there are millions of record, thousands and millions of record. So thousands or millions of record, we can understand what are the over uh, overloading the data, overhiding the data. Okay, so here one of the options and JSON. So here hiding the JSON means JSON having Java, Java and Java script, Java script object notation. Okay, this is the Java script object notation. Okay, the format of the Java, just in the above data we can say, and let me know for the JSON. So JSON format having should be in quotes and having the first the company name, the name of the company, in the double quotes we can put name colon, and then having the in double quotes in protect and comma, then having the industry in double quotes industry, then having the semicolon and double quotes should be in double quotes, and having education comma, and country we can put country, then semicolon, and having India, and the last one having suppose age colon, sorry, not semicolon, the colon, So here the self descriptive, the so we can understand what do we mean by the SLJ, what is the purpose of SLJ Infotech education in the year 35, right? So this is the self descriptive. You can self describe, you can understand if a millions of record, what is the meaning. So here we can understand the meaning of the data, right? So today we are going to learn all these concepts, how exchanging the data to the server and the response we are getting from the server and display for the web page. So first we can understand the JSON format. This is the JSON format and attributes of the JSON, and one by one we'll come on the example. Okay. So what is the use? JSON commonly used to exchanging the data from where? Web server and displaying data to the web page. And JSON is represented as name value pairs. Remember, this is the name and corresponding value. This is a name value pair. Okay. Remember, this is the format. We have to remember name value pair. It is also platform independent. We can understand the platform, what we mean by platform independent. So we can use either the Mac, the Linux, on any platform. Okay. This is also the language independent, and also the self describe structure. Anyone can understand what is the meaning of the data. Okay. Then data is separated by comma. If you have the multiple data, then this is the data is separated by comma. Then commas, curly braces hold the objects. So always we are having the curly braces. This is the curly braces ending and closing the curly braces. Okay. So curly braces hold the objects. Square brackets hold the arrays. Okay. Here having the square brackets, suppose imply the first name, the first data John, the first name, and the second records, this is second records having the first name, and like that in the multiple data in between the, if you are having the array, then having the under the square brackets. Okay. Again, name value pair consists of field name. This is the field name in double quotes followed by the colon and corresponding values. So these are the formats you have to remember while using the JSON. Syntax we are having the first name, comma, last name should be in double quotes and followed by colon. Nothing but the name value pair. Okay. Now we are going to learn the concept in the next part. What are the predefined Apex, the Salesforce Apex programming. There are a lot of predefined methods we are having. So first of all, we have to know the concept serialize and deserialize the data. So what do you mean by serialize? Serialize means converting data into JSON format, converting Apex object into the JSON format. Deserialize means in the vice versa, in the JSON format we are converting data JSON format to in the original format. Original format means object, Apex object. Okay. So this is a major part, the serialize and deserialize. The whole concept depends on the serialize and deserialize. Now come to the example of the serialize. Suppose can come to the example. You can go directly in the Salesforce, so we can be able to understand here. Come to the in the anonymous window. Just remove that this one. Support serialize. Serialize. So you can comment because you are going to use the compile the anonymous window. Account. So we are taking the one records an object from the apex account SCC is equal to new account, and the data you can see here. Data having last name, no account name, account property you can say account name, the name is equal to SLZ input tag name then having industry phone is equal to what? Phone industry is equal to education. These are the data object, account object, and so you have to serialize this account object. So here string okay, string 1, then having the JSON dot serialize object, and this is the object name, this is the account name, and the account name which we are going to convert in the JSON string. So account name here having the ACC, so ACC, and we can put system dot debug. So JSON string, converted JSON string, serialize data, and having the str1. Just execute. So see, here having the serialized data, the string format, in the format string format. So attributes, they're having the uh, type of account. So the object is account, name, phone, and industry. So here having the type, it should be in double quotes followed by the colon and object name, the name value pairs. So here the self described, the input, what is the data we are converting object to into a string, this is self described. So account is the name of the account, the phone number, and industry, right? Take more example for the apex object. So create the class public and class name count certificate public certificate public industry certificate having one more variables certificate. Allocate the memory. I will allocate the memory here. Allocate the memory. Then account account ACC1 account and the record. I will add in a record here. ACC1 dot ACC1 dot what name is equal to Wipro and ACC1 dot what name industry is equal to what IT and ACC1 dot phone equal to what phone is equal to this one. Now we are having converting to the string in serialized format. So here dot serialize and object want to convert in the JSON format ACC1 and how to display system dot debug and to serialize data select data which str2. Okay, now execute. Got it? So this is the serialized data, the account object, the phone name, Wipro and ID account. Here account is null. So we are not if you are not using any variables, so by default getting account is null. So this is the format, serialized format, JSON format, able to understand. Now come to the, you can take the more example, more practice, so we can get the idea. If you are using the as a arrays, so in arrays you can say context con is equal to array select id last name first name phone from what contact. Okay, now come to the, now converting to JSON string, see like this JSON string. So string str3 is equal to JSON dot serialize and object name which are going to convert in the JSON. What is the con and display the system dot debug and the serialize string name str3 serialize data put str3 just to execute minimum protein. What are the things? Contact con select id last name first name phone from contact contact. List has more than okay, more than one. So here more than one data, so only at a time limit 1. Okay, so got it. So if it have the arrays and want to convert the JSON string. So the ID, you can select the query and they're having the output. Okay, you can observe the output like that. The suppress value you can go. String str3. So suppress value, suppress str3 JSON. Here is the phone. We are having the phone, and we are using suppose phone. So here now the next method we are having by predefined method, suppress null value. What do you mean by suppress null value? So apex object which you want to convert, all the variables should be present in the class or wrapper class. So if it is flag, if we use the flag is equal to true, it means the null value of the object will not display in the JSON string. The syntax we are having a static, the string serialize param1 and param2. Param1, parameter 1 and parameter 2. So what do you mean parameter 1? The apex object we want to convert and the boolean value. Okay, for example, just come here, string str4 equal to JSON dot serialize suppress value. So here is the object name which you want to suppress the null value. What is object name? Account 1, and flag is true. The parameter is flag is true. Okay, now system.debug so str4 value str4 serialize without null, value, right? Without null value, yes, str4. Okay, now so str4 without null. So here don't have the null, here having the null, not using. So here suppressing the null value here. Okay, now come to the next method, predefined methods, suppress null value, then serialize pretty object. So what is the use of serialize pretty object? This is the same as, don't have the much difference for the normal converting the string. Only difference is having if you are using pretty, then one character space, inserting one character space between the elements with the null values. Okay, and serialize pretty, then again suppressing the null value here. So see, this is not serialize pretty, serialize pretty and suppressing the null value. So if you are using flag, so there you can use the, if it is true, then the suppressing the null value. So come to the serializability. String str 5, okay, is equal to JSON dot serialize pretty and want to convert the string name here, so should have the serialize pretty then acc1, okay, system dot debug str 5 data means adding one character space between the element, so str 5. Serialize pretty. So see here, they're having the one character space. You can see control minus. See, everywhere having the font, there will be one character space in between the element here and here. So these are the outputs. So we can insert one using the serialized pretty, inserting one character space between the element. Okay. Now come to the again having the suppressing the null value here. You can use the serialized pretty, suppressing the null value string str 6 JSON dot JSON dot so suppressing the pretty serialized pretty, suppressing the null value. So you can put acc1 and flag is true. So system dot debug serialize without null value, without null value. Six. And above one, okay, keep it same. Taking little bit longer time. So here have the null, and you have the suppressing the null value with the one character space, adding one character space between the element without the null value. So um, suppress null value using the using the pretty using the object serialize pretty null values the serialize pretty. Okay, JSON serialize pretty and serialize pretty with suppressing the null value. Okay, now this is the common by default Apex JSON predefined methods we are having. So here now we are having the deserialize the string. Deserialize, what do you mean by deserialize string? This method will convert JSON content means JSON string into the original format of the Apex object. Okay, and param1 means the string JSON string which you want to deserialize, and param2 is the Apex class which you want to convert. So we can see here, remember that this format deserialize param1 and param2. Then come to the example. So a string, not a string, account 7 is equal to account JSON dot deserialize. So this one, and string want to convert to the original format str2 and system dot class. So having the account dot class. Okay, and having the str5 deserialize deserialize str7 data, and we are having the str7. Okay, now execute. So here having str7 data account null industry IT with original format of the account object field. Okay, and this is the, you can compare like that, this is original format. Okay, now deserialize strict. So what do you mean by deserialize strict? This is the Apex predefined, this is the Apex predefined JSON string, JSON methods. Okay, so what do you mean by deserialize strict? So in deserialize strict, what are the variable we have defined in the class? So strict should have all the variable available in that string. If not, then we'll get the error. So every element in the JSON should be available in the Apex class into which we are going to convert. Okay, so just see the example. Create the JSON string which we want to convert. So string 3 is equal to what? So JSON string. So converted JSON string we want to convert. So JSON string having in double quotes name colon in double quotes value is equal to Wipro and comma name, then having industry colon industry colon having IT and phone colon having triple eight. So double eight. So these are the strings, JSON strings, which we going to want to convert into the original JSON, original Apex object. Here we have just commented for the phone, and we are using the string, the converted string, but phone we have not declared here. So just see here, I will converting here. So account str 4 is equal to account JSON string JSON dot deserialize strict and the string name which are going to convert in the Apex object str3 and the class account dot class. Okay, and want to display the output system dot debug deserialized strict data deserialize strict data and string name having str4. So here showing unknown field name phone strict. If you are not using the strict, at that case we can observe this. So we are able to convert in the original format, right? This is the account null industry IT and name Wipro, right? So if you are using strict, then you are having, you can getting the error, exception error, JSON exception, unknown field account. So here all the variables, the fields should be available in the class. If not, then getting the unknown error. Now come to the one last one, deserialized untyped. Deserialized untyped. What is the deserialized untyped? This will convert JSON string in the form of map. Okay, what the map we are having here? Map having the key value pairs. So JSON string name field will be having the key on the map, and JSON string value field having the value of in the map. So directly we can, I am copying pasting the result you can see here. So JSON string we have the last name, first name, copy, and like that. So map and string, just execute this one. Just comment in the above one. Here we can say the phone, first name, Gopi, and last name Prasad. So in the form of map. So map we are having map string, result map string object. So the name value pairs. Name is the field of here. The name field will be have the key value of the map, and the JSON value field will have the value of the map. Okay. Now come to the your other several predefined JSON generator class method for the Apex. So JSON generator for they are having near about 30 to 40 by default methods. Just go through that. So system generator, JSON generator contains the method used to serialize object into JSON content using the standard JSON encoding. So they have the they are having the syntax system.json generator. So JSON.system.generator true. So keep it true, then we'll get the output. So system.json pauser. JSON pauser for using for the breaking the data into the smaller element. For that case using the pauser. So palm1, palm2 we can use the for just split the data in the small elements. Then having the what is the start write a start object in the left side of the string. Then write like that we have the several fields. The right number, close is closed, boolean. These are the common JSON string and serialize and deserialize method we have used, and we have to practice in the lot for understanding the whole concept, and let me know, catch you in the next class. So thank you for the day.